Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. This is Grand Arena final matchup, Season 15. We got a tough one, but first up, let's touch on how the last round went. This one was a win. I believe the defense did pretty well here. Yeah. So, front territory. CLS got 2 defends. Top front territory, I believe there's nothing here. Oh no, Night Sister's got to defend. I do like my Night Sister team. They are fast, and those 2 relics make all the difference. Bottom territory, only attempted Grievous. The little speed up here from BB-8 usually helps, not always, but I like it a little bit more than throwing Droidica. And then with my fleet, able to clear the Malevolence, but my Negotiator stood tall. That's about what I was expecting based on the teams available, which is why I was kind of I did a little bit of goofing off last round. This round, though, against this opponent here, Brahm Waller, let me show you what the bot shows with his roster. We got a lot of red. Zooming into this guy, we are very close on lifetime banners. This might be the closest I've been on lifetime banners with an opponent. Similar offensive wins, only one difference in defensive wins. Take a look here at the top 80 GP. He's got less top 80 GP than me. Fewer Zetas, way more gear 13, way more gear 12, way more gear 11. I'll show you what he did with his roster in order to have that much of an advantage in gear but still have a lower top 80 GP. Mods, though, he has over double 6-dot mods, but it's not significantly more when it comes to the speeds. I'm still in range when it comes to a lot of these speed mods, so that tells me he's got a bunch of bad 6-dot mods. He just has a lot of them. Also, from the Zetas, there's only 73 Zetas. This tells me this is probably a Dolphin account, a little younger, because the Zetas you can't buy your way into, but the rest of the progress here can be bought into. And it's been done in a way that I think has been very strategic. There's a lot of good relics here. So he's got great speeds on his key characters. You can see here, this is a Relic 0 JKR, and that's what he has. He has a lot of Relic 0 characters. Actually, we can see that right here. When it comes to the Relic summary, you can see the counts here. It doesn't have the counts on the Relic 0, but if you can see here, these do not add up to the 47 Gear 13 characters. And then here, his Malevolence is not as good as mine. He does keep them both for offense, though, so we're going to have to count on my fleet getting a defend, which is not going to be consistent or reliable. So let's jump in here, take a look at it. The big thing here is he does have SLKR, but his SLKR he tends to keep on offense, and he does a lot of undersized battles and a lot of solos. So we're not going to have a lot of wiggle room. I expect him to full clear me, and really this is probably a loss because he's going to be able to solo a bunch of things that I'm not going to be able to. I'm not going to be able to keep up with the solos. So here is taking a look at his defense. We got Padme, CLS, Night Sisters, and then we got Newt and Geos on the bottom. And what I'm expecting on the back wall is like Mon Mothma, Kylo Ren, Palpatine. He does change it up a little bit, but those were the teams that tended to be more consistent. But you can see here, he's got some good relics. Actually, before we jump in, let me show you his roster. I'll do this. This doesn't order the... Yeah, well, you can see here a bunch of Relic 0 characters. Like CLS is Relic 0, Bistan's Relic 0, Yoda is Relic 0, Hoth Rebel Scout, IG-11. The reason why people do that is because the jump from Gear 12 to Gear 13 Relic 0 is not a huge GP bump. So you can get a lot of those characters without affecting your top 80 GP too much. I tend not to do it just because if I'm going to take those resources, bring somebody to Relics, I'd rather get the power bump. There's not as much of a strength bump at Relic 0. You start seeing them at like Relic 3. But it's a legitimate strategy. One I don't do too much. It might be something I do in the future. The other thing here is he puts the finishers on some of these characters. And that finisher, that is where all that speed boost is. So that's a way to get those characters stronger without gearing them too much. So those are the little things he's doing that's giving him an edge and why he's getting all those wins with such a low top 80 GP. So this is a tough opponent. And then before we attack, let me show you my defense. I kept Seal S for offense just to give me some flexibility in case SLKR showed up on defense, but so I threw in my Geos, which I usually don't. I usually just don't use them at all these days, but I threw Droideka just to change it up because I knew a normal Geos team wasn't going to give him any trouble. And then Hux is here. Shifted my Newt team to the bottom territory just so this wall was a little tougher, but he tends to do a Malak solo, so at least we know that we're not going to see Darth Revan on defense. And then we got Padme, Grievous, and then Malevolence and Negotiator. So we are going to open this up. I want to keep my good teams for the back wall. I'm going to take a minute. Okay, I think I know what I want to do. We're doing Vader here. Usually I like to do Palpatine here too, but I kind of want to save Palpatine. But other than Spy, these guys are weak enough. I'm just wondering, do I want to add in one more guy to make this more reliable? I'm going to need the banners. This is going to come down to really close on banners. He's got some speeds, though. I'm going to throw in Tarkin for the TM removal. We'll see how this goes. I'd feel better with Watt, or even the Palp lead is nice because it gives you an extra turn. Alright, good. Because with Palp lead I could use whatever this is called, Force Crush. I could use Force Crush to start, and that gets me to cool down on Merciless Massacre faster. Fine. Alright. See, if I could do Force Crush right now, that would be really nice. Because I don't think we're taking out Spy, but we can take out Brood Alpha. Kind of just want to attack. Let's take that turn meter back. Perfect. That's what I wanted to happen. That's why we brought in Tarkin. All right. There's no Zeta here. I was thinking bounty hunters. But I don't like to run bounty hunters without Django also around. That B1's going to do some damage. The B2 is going to be annoying. I don't even really remember how that Zeta works for Newt. I'm going to look at, double check that. Alright, we're going in. Zeta adds a bunch of health damage for debuffs. So they're going to be doing less damage. We got a lot of recovery on this team. We got Mando. I just want to keep as much as possible for the back wall. We're going to have JKR, JTR, JKL. And we're probably being overcautious. Alright, we'll do the AoE. We just gotta respect B1 here. Are you kidding me? Alright, we were too slow. And that's what I was worried about. I haven't done this one before, but I was looking at the GAC meta data on SWGOH, and this had a decent win rate. But with Django, and probably people with different gear levels than me. And honestly, this is probably a forfeit now. Yeah, we're out of here. Well, I sure wish I had my geos right now, and this is how I always get myself into trouble. I try to go way too soft on these front walls. We're just gonna use Jedi Knight Revan, and I'll show that I'm being overcautious and costing myself. Like, this is likely a loss now. He's going to one-shot everything. I should not have been trying a counter I've never done before. That I have no feel for, especially one without Django. Alright. It's going to be like Mon Mothma and Kylo Ren unmasked on the back wall. This is a complete waste. Take out B2 first. The speeds are really good here. That's where I got myself into trouble. Do the debuffs. We'll worry about these taxes later. Don't care. I just want B2 gone. That's one. Let's just do it. Let's get rid of these stacks. It's fine. Let's do that. Okay, now we got to bring her back. All right. I kind of feel like not paying these taxes. Fine. Counter. Come on. Are you kidding me? This is because I decided to undersize it. I'm very irritated with myself. That's the most embarrassing loss in a while. There's plenty of losses where we've just been needlessly dumb. That was just... We've already had conversations about how I need to respect Newt more. Especially these low gear ones that I don't want to respect. And my Revan. The last 3 rounds where I've lost a battle, it's always been that Jedi Knight Revan. Are we just going to do what I should have done the entire time? Alright. I don't think there's enough here, though, with Empire, without Vader. Yeah, there's nothing here. It's just those two guys. Yeah, this is certainly a loss now. I don't want to use anything Relic yet. But I gotta do these things too because, like, I don't want to lose my feel for undersized battles. And, like, in this kind of matchup, even though I'm losing, Like, I'd rather lose and get a better feel on these undersized matches. Let's get these stacks down. This is why I didn't want to do this one up front, because this B1 I know is just going to be... I don't have the gear on these guys. Let me get some protection back here. Just get rid of B1. Savage. I feel like I never get to use Savage. I think with B2, if B2 had been here, this would be a loss. And even if it wasn't, it was going to be low banners like this. That Jet on It Revan easily should have been a win. But I needed a 5th. And my Bosk team, the gear just wasn't there. Alright, and this is why I wanted my Jet on It Revan. Interesting. Okay. Alright. We'll do CLS here. I'm not messing around anymore. We're just getting our wins. Take the turn meter here. Interesting. Okay. Can I still use Shock T here? Because if I can use Shock T with the 501st, that saves up gas. kind of out of choices. We're going to have to use Jedi Knight Luke here. That's fine. Let's do the teen turn meter. Let's just keep hitting Kenobi with the assists. This is what I want. Should have called Yoda. Yeah. Come on. You still get protection up when you're not even hit? Fine. R2 can have the protection up. Should have stunned her. Just go away, Padme. This is taking too long. We could do troopers here, but I kind of want to just do like a gas solo, is what I'm thinking. But I think we're going to have to do troopers here and do gas here. Which will leave Shock T for Grievous. That's kind of the best we got to work with. So I think that's the route we'll be taking. We'll leave that one for the last, because that Relic IG-11 That's a random element that I can't plan for. And what we're hoping for in the end of all that. No. With the Night Sisters, we like to use Veers. Because Veers gives us that extra protection recovery plus that turn meter. Oh yeah, take her out. Okay. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. I need gas in the 501st to beat... I can't use Shucked either. That won't work. I really need that Jedi Knight Revan. That's why I didn't want to waste that Jedi Knight Revan. We're gonna have to try like Beskar Mando or some nonsense. Because we gotta use gas here. With at least some 501st, which completely negates Shock T. Like we could try and keep like Echo for Shock T, but what's the point? At that point, there's not enough. No, Shock T can't be used. No. What I need to do is get one more team to a threatening level. 2 more teams to a threatening level. Alright. The guard is gone. This start falling apart. Although maybe I want 3 Baka. Let's do 3 Baka. Alright, we're good. Okay. The problem here is this Bistan's really good. And he's... I think we have to mirror this but I think we're going to lose the mirror. This is Relic 5. I should have just put those bounty hunters on defense and used geos against Newt. That would have made my life so much easier. And Beskar Mando is useless. I like L3. I'm not crazy about it. We're gonna bring in Wampa, but this is probably a bad idea. You serious? This is not acceptable. Oh, that's so pathetic. So pathetic. The whole point of this was so that it worked with the whistling birds. And I should have thrown that on, what's his face, IG-11. Ooh. Scary. Thank you, Mechanic Savvy. Alright, let's survive this. I don't want to do it on L3. Jeez. Fine. This is so just be better. At this point, it doesn't even seem worth putting relics on him. That's right. That's right. What do I even have?